In the middle of the day, something shifts. Your focus softens. Your reaction time slows. Your eyes feel heavier, even if you slept well the night before. This is not weakness. It is biology. Humans are not designed for a single continuous block of alertness. There is a natural dip in circadian alertness in the early afternoon, typically between 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. This dip happens even in well-rested individuals, and it is the window where naps become powerful. But what actually happens when you take a nap? Is it just a shorter version of nighttime sleep, or does the brain behave differently? When you fall asleep during the day, your brain begins the same stages as nighttime sleep. Light sleep first. Then, depending on duration, deeper stages may follow. But naps are unique because they are compressed. The structure depends almost entirely on length. A very short nap, around 10 to 20 minutes, usually contains only light sleep. You do not enter deep slow-wave sleep. You do not enter REM. And that is important, because waking from light sleep is easier. You avoid sleep inertia, that groggy, heavy sensation that happens when waking from deep sleep. Short naps primarily reduce sleep pressure. Remember adenosine, the molecule that builds up while you are awake. Even brief light sleep reduces adenosine levels. This creates a noticeable boost in alertness. Reaction time improves. Attention sharpens. Mood stabilizes. All without entering deep restoration. It is a quick reset. But what about longer naps? If a nap extends beyond 30 minutes, the brain may begin entering slow-wave sleep. Now physical restoration processes activate. Memory consolidation mechanisms begin. However, waking from deep sleep can produce sleep inertia. You may feel disoriented for several minutes, sometimes longer. This is why 90-minute naps are often recommended if someone has enough time. 90 minutes approximates one full sleep cycle. Light sleep gives deep sleep gives REM. Completing a full cycle reduces abrupt awakening from deep slow-wave stages. It allows smoother transition. But not everyone needs a full cycle nap. The purpose matters. If the goal is alertness, short naps work best. If the goal is recovery after sleep deprivation, longer naps may help. Naps also influence memory. Studies show that short daytime naps improve learning performance compared to staying awake. Even 20 minutes can enhance recall. The brain begins consolidating information learned earlier that day. Motor skills improve. Typing accuracy increases. Pattern recognition sharpens. Sleep does not require darkness to be effective. It requires neural disengagement. The afternoon circadian dip makes this easier. Interestingly, some cultures have historically embraced biphasic sleep patterns, a longer nighttime sleep and a shorter daytime rest. This pattern aligns well with human circadian biology. Industrial schedules, however, shifted society toward monophasic sleep, one consolidated block at night. But biology still contains that midday dip. Napping strategically can align with that rhythm, rather than fight it. However, timing is crucial. Late afternoon naps can interfere with nighttime sleep. Especially if taken after 4 p.m. This is because sleep pressure must rebuild for nighttime sleep onset. If you nap too late, adenosine levels drop too close to bedtime. Falling asleep becomes harder. The brain prefers spacing. There is also evidence that naps affect emotional regulation. Short naps improve mood stability. They reduce irritability. They restore patience. This likely relates to partial resetting of prefrontal amygdala balance. Even brief sleep can recalibrate emotional networks. But naps are not full replacements for chronic sleep deprivation. They supplement. They do not substitute. If nighttime sleep is consistently insufficient, naps may reduce symptoms temporarily, but not fully restore slow-wave and REM balance across weeks. Another interesting effect is on creativity. Some studies suggest that naps containing brief REM periods enhance creative problems. REM sleep supports associative thinking. Even short REM exposure can influence idea generation, but REM in naps usually occurs only when someone is sleep deprived or naps longer than 60 to 90 minutes. Most short naps contain only light sleep. That is often enough. There is also a performance difference between planned naps and accidental dozing. Planned naps reduce stress because the brain expects rest. Unplanned dozing often reflects severe sleep pressure and may indicate chronic sleep restriction. Naps should feel refreshing, not uncontrollable. The ideal nap environment is slightly dark, cool, and quiet. but even imperfect conditions can still produce benefit if duration is controlled. Interestingly, people vary in nap responsiveness. Some feel immediate refreshment, others experience strong inertia even after short naps. Chronotype influences this. Night owls may benefit more from short daytime resets if forced into early schedules. Morning types may need shorter naps to avoid nighttime disruption. The key is awareness. Sleep is not all dash or dash nothing. It exists on a spectrum. A 15-minute nap does not equal a full night, but it meaningfully shifts neural state. In modern life, where continuous productivity is expected, naps can feel indulgent, but biologically, they are efficient. They reduce cognitive decline without requiring full cycles. They enhance attention with minimal time investment. NASA research once showed that short naps improved pilot alertness and performance significantly. The improvement was measurable. Reaction time, decision making, vigilance, all improved. Sleep, even briefly, restores function. The brain is designed to oscillate between activity and recovery. Wakefulness gathers input, sleep organizes it, even in small amounts. So what happens during a nap? Your brain reduces external input, neural firing patterns slow, adenosine decreases, attention networks recalibrate, emotional circuits stabilize, memory traces begin consolidation. All in under an hour. A nap is not laziness, it is controlled recalibration. When timed correctly, it aligns with natural circadian dips and enhances performance. When mistimed, it disrupts rhythm. Like all sleep science, the answer is timing. Short naps for alertness, longer naps for recovery, early afternoon for alignment, consistency for stability. In a world that rarely pauses, a nap is a biological reset button. Small, efficient, and deeply human. Asterisk. There is another layer to napping that is often overlooked. The relationship between naps and the two-process model of sleep regulation. Sleep is governed by two interacting systems. Process S. Sleep pressure builds the longer you stay awake. Process C. Circadian rhythm determines when your body is biologically primed for sleep. A nap temporarily reduces process S without fully resetting process C. This is why a short nap can make you feel alert again, but does not completely shift your internal clock the way a full night of sleep does. The balance between these two systems determines whether a nap helps or harms. Nighttime sleep. If sleep pressure is very high, after a short night, even a longer nap may not interfere significantly with nighttime rest. The brain still requires deeper recovery later, but if you are well rested and take a long nap late in the day, sleep pressure may drop too much. When bedtime arrives, process C signals night, but process S is insufficient. Falling asleep becomes difficult. This is why nap duration and timing matter more than the nap itself. Another important factor is sleep stage density. During a short nap, the brain often enters stage 1 and stage 2 sleep. Stage 2 is characterized by sleep spindles, brief bursts of brain activity that appear on IG recordings. Sleep spindles are associated with memory processing and sensory gating. They help the brain block external noise while stabilizing neural connections. Interestingly, individuals who show higher spindle density during naps often demonstrate stronger learning improvements afterward. This suggests that even light sleep has cognitive value. In longer naps, slow-wave sleep may emerge more prominently, particularly if the person is sleep-deprived. The brain prioritizes slow-wave recovery when needed. This rebound effect demonstrates that sleep architecture is adaptive. It shifts depending on biological demand. There is also evidence that naps can regulate autonomic nervous system balance. During wakefulness, sympathetic activity associated with alertness and stress tends to dominate. During sleep, parasympathetic activity increases. Short naps may enhance parasympathetic tone, reducing heart rate and promoting physiological calm. This shift may explain why people often feel less stressed after a brief nap, even if total sleep time was short. In workplaces that allow controlled napping, employees often show improved vigilance and reduced error rates. These effects are particularly strong in tasks requiring sustained attention, such as monitoring systems, operating machinery, or analyzing data. Fatigue-related errors are common in prolonged attention tasks. A 20-minute nap can significantly reduce such errors, acting almost like a reset for attention networks. Napping also interacts with emotional regulation. There is another layer to napping that is often overlooked: the relationship between naps and the two-process model of sleep regulation. Sleep is governed by two interacting systems. Process S, sleep pressure, builds the longer you stay awake. Process C, circadian rhythm, determines when your body is biologically primed for sleep. A nap temporarily reduces process S without fully resetting process C. This is why a short nap can make you feel alert again, but does not completely shift your internal clock the way a full night of sleep does. The balance between these two systems determines whether a nap helps or harms nighttime sleep. If sleep pressure is very high, after a short night, even a longer nap may not interfere significantly with nighttime rest.